A live look right now at the White House. The president meeting with top lawmakers, working hopefully to resolve the impasse that has led to the government shutdown. But as of tonight, neither side is backing down.
So what does news of a meeting between legislative leaders and the president do for the mood in Washington? 24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Albin has been talking to his sources in the Capitol, and he joins us with what they're saying about all this tonight, Rick.
Well, it can't hurt. My first phone call to the Capitol this morning was anything but optimistic. In fact, some who had agreed with me that this whole shutdown mess would be relatively short-lived were much less certain this morning. Even the national headlines seem to echo the negative theme, but as with all things Washington, nothing is permanent. In fact, a few hours can change everything, and in this case did. News that the president would meet with legislative leaders generated some hope. Not unrealistic hope, but hope nonetheless.
And I hope that it is not a finger-pointing session. That's not what we need here. We need some serious negotiation, adults in the room, and figure out how we can get out from this mess that is before us for sure. And though I'm not confident, or because it's a little bit too early as we talked earlier this afternoon, I'm hopeful that we can get something that begins the process of really resolving this issue relatively quickly.
And it's good to hear that the president is meeting with congressional leaders today, and hopefully we can come to some agreement so we can get government back up and running, and hopefully we can get some deal out of it.
There are a couple of underlying reasons for some optimism, and let me be clear, while I have always thought this shutdown would be short-lived, it is still a long way from being resolved. But the coming weekend trip of the president and the fact that lawmakers would like to get back home and mend some fences may serve as an impetus to come to a deal, rather than leave Washington with the government technically shut down. That doesn't look really good.
Rick, what do you think those lawmakers are hearing from those constituents?
Childish, foolish, do your job, get back to work. And that's on both sides of the aisle. I talked to a lot of folks, and nobody told me this specifically, but I get the sense that there are lawmakers who would like to be able to go home and say, look, we did what we thought we had to do. Now the government has been funded. We're going to move on. We're going to deal with the debt ceiling that we talked about a half an hour ago. I think that lawmakers are really starting to feel the heat from the constituency, not necessarily because people out here are feeling it in their pocketbook yet. They might. But because I think people are just mad. They're fed up. They don't like the fact that Washington can't do what they're hired to do. I mean, at the very basic, at the very bottom level, the entry level of doing your job as a member of Congress in the House or Senate is to come up with a budget, and they haven't done it.
Right.
Rick Albin, thank you.
Thanks, Rick.
Tune in to NBC.